And good evening and welcome to another edition of The Way We See It. I'm Ralph Williams and along with Bill Cannata. Bill, it's great to have you on tonight as always. And we're going to have a great show tonight. Man, we have a lot to talk about tonight, including teachers moonlighting. Wait till you see what they're doing as far as moonlighting goes. You're going to be shocked to hear this. And then we're going to talk about the great doctor who was involved with which made the movie Concussion with Will Smith, owing the city $2 million or $1 million in back taxes. Okay. And then we're going to talk about restaurants. Some of the ones who are getting busted for health code violations, county council and the progressives, they're at it again with the jail. We're going to talk about that as well. Wait till you hear what's going on down at jail. The inevitable is going on as usual. You know, they're up to something. They always are. And we're going to find out what it is coming up as well. But right now, here we go.
You didn't know?
That's right. You better call somebody. You better call your friend, call your cousin, call your neighbor, call your ex-girlfriend, call anybody, call somebody. All right.
Send out the chain letter, folks. Send out the chain letter.
Oh, yeah, that's it. You know it. All right. Now, our Chinese wisdom tonight. You're not going to believe us, Billy. Ready for this one?
I'm ready. Bring it on, brother.
All right. Teams. Together, everyone achieves more success. Okay. Now, that is not the Steelers.
Yeah. Some other team. Way back in the 70s.
Oh, my gosh. You better believe it. All right. The blast segment tonight is brought to you by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You ought to call Mata 724-201-0500. Ask for Bill. Call Mata today for all your furnace needs, radiant floors, humidifier, service contracts, heat pumps. They'll even do your air conditioner in the summertime, snow melt, air cleaner, UV lighting, all that with Mata Heating and Air Conditioning at 724-201-0500. And Gary says, good evening, Bill and Ralph, and good evening to you as well, Gary.
Good evening, Gary. Glad to have you.
Part of the program as always.
Absolutely.
And you can be part of the program as well. Bill, how was your week? Later on, we'll have your driving segment. Tell us what happened other than the accident in the Liberty Tunnels. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, 6 cars I heard. That week went great. No problems, no hitches. Everything went smooth. And so we're heading in towards the new week and heading more towards Christmas. So here we go.
Yeah, it's Christmas season coming up this year. I have a lot to be thankful for Christmas. But Christmas isn't the same, without my nephew and my father. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother.
And it was a rough year for me this year. And I can't wait for next year because I'm expecting bigger and better things for next year as well. We'll be talking about that later on also. I have my own radio channel with Blog Talk Radio. That's coming up next year at the start of the year. I'm going 2 hours on my radio show on Tuesday night. That's big. So, we got a lot of big things going on for RW Media Productions as well. And this show is going up, and that's a great thing. So
absolutely. Thank you, all the viewers and listeners. We appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, by the way, before we get started, I want to talk about a scam that's going on here. There's somebody calling up. They're using a business phone. And they probably hacked someone's business phone because I've had this happen to me. I had somebody call me once and tell me something, and it was with somebody else's phone number, and it was a telemarketer. And I called that person back, and they said they never called me. I said, well, you better check your phone. You better call your carrier. Somebody hacked into your number and is using your number to make telemarketing phone calls.
Yeah.
Okay. So today I got a call saying that my Amazon account was hacked by somebody in California. Now, I don't have an account with Amazon. I order from Amazon, but I don't have an account. I don't have any credit with them. Nothing. So I knew it was a fraud, and they're using a business phone to do it, some kind of professional group or something. Why would Amazon security be calling me with some group thing that's going on? So, But anyway, just be careful about these scammers out there, everybody. Juana says hello to you and I, and Juana, thank you for watching.
Hey, what's going on
Merry
with you?
Christmas and a Happy New Year. Saturday, I went to celebrate the light ceremony at our church.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, that's past. I wanted to make that.
yeah, well, we went. It was good. It was nice to see the Howard University choir.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, was that great?
I bet they were incredible.
Also, I wanted to say this: your cousin or your family's pizza shop was on the news again today about the new owners taking over. They opened up on Thursday, and that was an interesting thing. Didn't
I
know it
bet.
was open until it said grand opening, and we went over there. My wife and my mom and I. So but
Well, you shocked the living hell out of me when you said that, brother. I'm like, what? What's going on?
yeah. And then I called your cousin. When I called your cousin Al Jr. and he said to me, "Yeah, Ralph," he says, "I sold it." I said, "Oh my gosh."
Uh,
But I will tell you this much: there's a surprise for you when you walk in the place, and I'm not
okay.
going to tell you what it is.
All right.
Okay, you know what it is, Bill, because I told you. But there's a
Yep.
surprise for you when you walk in.
I know exactly what
Um,
it's about, brother. And
all
let's put
right,
it this way: you're a bit for a curveball, guys. So if you go over to Ventos, you're going to be in for
you
a big
got it.
curveball.
You got it. All right. All right. Our blast segment tonight. Here we are. County Council for voting to pay inmates at the jail for work. And you know what? That's, again, I'd rather you pay the inmates to work than to give these folks down there $125 a month for the commissary. And we've had this conversation before, Bill. I'm tired of this county council doing this. I'm tired of the jail board doing this. I'm tired of Bethany Hallam always getting her way with everything, and stuff like that. So, Corey O'Connor, I told you before, he put his foot down. He's on that jail oversight board. He put his foot down. He said, until I find out how we're going to pay for this, it's not happening. Well, county council agreed to pay for this. So now inmates are going to get paid to work at the county jail. And Sam DeMarco, who's the Republican county council at large, said, if you don't like red, then don't commit crimes. So there you go, folks. All right. I give back to Sam DeMarco. I'm not a Republican, but again, Bill, the Republicans now are starting to come up with some common sense stuff that works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I just don't understand. Like I said, I get $125 per month, but then
right.
now on top of everything else, you're gonna, like I said, you do a crime, you're going to jail, you're gonna get treated.
Yeah. They even get tablets.
What? Oh,
They
I didn't
get
know
tablets.
that. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know
Because
that.
Brian Englert, who is the head of the guards, the union, he was there. He said for 250 inmates that are supposed to have tablets or allowed to have, 250 tablets, that covers all the cells. Because apparently if you have two in a cell, you have to share the tablet. Okay.
Wow. What Wi-Fi? I'm assuming.
It's like, well, you can communicate with your family because your family if they can't get a visit.
So with Wi-Fi, I'm taking it so they can get online, do whatever.
Yeah. Well, this happened once before at the state corrections over there in the old state corrections facility over there in Brighton Heights. They had computers they were using the internet and stuff, and they were racking or hacking people's credit cards and doing stupid stuff on there. So they had to get rid of it.
Yeah, especially if that's what you're going in for is fraud.
Exactly.
Okay, then there it is. There's the
Let them
ring.
commit the crime in the place where they're doing the time.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
I didn't know they did. I didn't know they did that, brother. That's honestly, I did not know that.
All right, here we go. Here's a good one. The West Mifflin firefighter who had sex with two teenage girls. Come on, man! Right in the firehouse. I'm blasting West Mifflin tonight. Volunteer the volunteer fire department. One of their firemen took two girls and had underage girls and had sex with them at the firehouse.
I guess somebody had to light his fire, brother. You don't want to go the older way.
That's the way we see it on that one. The McKeesport School security guard who had sex with a male. She's a female security guard. Had sex with a male student in the school and got pregnant.
Oh,
I'm blasting the security company tonight for why in the world did you hire this girl, this woman? And secondly, I'm with the school district on this because how in the world did you not see this happening?
oh my God!
Somebody got to monitor the situation here. It's sad when you got to monitor the guard.
You're absolutely 100% right.
That's the way we see it tonight.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right. Yep. All right. The person who left the 3 puppies at the White Oak, malnourished at the well, at least they had the decency to take them to the White Oak animal shelter. Okay. At least they had the decency to do that. They dropped them off there, but they were malnourished. 3 of them were malnourished.
It took a lot to get them back on their paws then, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, now they're looking for a home for them. But you know what? That's a shame. And whoever did that, I'm blasting you tonight for this. That's the way we see it. All right, next. The former professor who shot and killed all those people at UNLV. Former professor shot and killed those people because he wasn't working there anymore. That's sad. You know what that is? Remember in the Postal Service days when they used to go shoot up at?
Yeah, we're gonna go postal on you. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm blasting that guy tonight, and that's the way we see it. Next, the school bus aide.
Oh no!
I tell you what, these school people are not getting any good grades here. School bus aide who strangled a 6-year-old student in Montgomery County.
Oh my!
Near Philadelphia.
Whoa.
Strangled a 6-year-old girl and claims that the girl was hostile, and the only way he could calm her down was to strangle her.
Wow, that's so many lawsuits right there.
Oh, you know it, Bill. You know it. That's a lawsuit, man.
Wow,
that's a lawsuit. The elementary school principal in Florida. Now, this might have. I don't know where in Florida because they didn't say in Florida, and it might affect your kids down there. Elementary school. Well, they're not an elementary school.
No.
Principal in Florida who hid cameras recording female students in the bathroom.
Oh my God. Sick ass people, brother. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And tonight I'm blasting Dr. Anoya. And Dr. Anoya, if you don't know who he is, and I think I pronounced his name right, is the guy from the Concussion movie. Okay, which the Concussion movie was based on.
Yep.
You had a lot of nerve to work for the family of Jim Rogers, and then you go ahead and decide you want to take the job working for the city to go and take money away from the Rogers family. All right? You're double dipping, okay? And now come to find out you owe $1 million in taxes to the county. Shame on you, all right? This guy was world renowned, and he made a lot of news with the concussion thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all of a sudden, now he has egg on his face, and I'm glad because you owe $1 million in taxes. All right, the Bonehead segment brought to you tonight by P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Call today, 412-965-6578. Let the professionals detail your car. Don't go to some amateur. Go to the professionals, P6 Auto Detailing. They will thoroughly detail your car. And also, they have some specials. Check them out on their Facebook page, P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. All right, our boneheaded segment. You ready, Bill? Here we are. The year's not over yet, so we still got a few more weeks to go. Another gun at the airport. Another gun at the airport.
Boy, can you imagine the options they would have? All them handguns.
Oh my gosh!
Jeez, these people, man, unbelievable.
Another one. Rhode Island, man arrested for making threats on an airplane. They had to actually stop the airplane in the middle of it, getting ready to take off because he made threats to the staff. They had to turn the airplane. What a dummy there! What a bonehead that is. Excuse me. The Florida man. Here we go. Florida again. Wanted for burglary, and he was found hiding in a pond.
Oh, that's always smart. Feed the alligators while you're there.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go. Another Florida. An 11-year-old boy, all right, who after falsely reporting a shooting because he wanted to get out of school.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I can't imagine what those people are going to see in lawsuits on
Boy,
that.
A lot of stuff going on in Florida, huh?
Woo,
How about the Detroit woman who got arrested for stealing $30,000 of COVID money? $30,000 of COVID money from the poor, from people like welfare people, stuff that needed it. She stole $30,000.
Oh man.
All right, an unemployed 41-year-old man. You ready for this? Living at
I'm ready.
home, and he's so broke that he's suing his parents for back allowances that he never got paid when he was a child.
There you go.
He's suing his parents for
Look at
that.
it. Come on, man.
That's our boneheaded segment, brought to you by P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, Juana, for being subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. And I
don't
have
get
to
these
subscribe to
people,
hers.
brother. I'm
Oh my
telling you.
gosh, I know. Here we go, Florida again. All
Uh-oh.
right. Now, for our segment, the ridiculousness, all right, is brought to you by Fold and Travel Mobility. Are you handicapped, disabled, use a wheelchair, need a power chair that folds you could put in your vehicle? Well, guess what? I have that problem solved for you. And that is Fold and Travel Mobility, 1-877-GOTFOLD. And also get on their website, foldandtravelmobility.com. I have one. Why
Yep.
can't you get one? And guess what? You might not be able to afford it, but they have instant financing. So check that out. And also check out their specials for Christmas. You might get 50% off on a holiday rate.
That's
So
a good
check it out before the holidays end and you lose out. Don't snooze and lose. Call Fold and Travel Mobility today. That number again, 1-877-GOTFOLD or foldandtravelmobility.com. Check out their selection. Call and check out the experts. You can chat with them as well. All right, ridiculousness. You ready? Here we go. Florida
Another
again.
one.
Private school teacher who cuts off an ankle monitor of a teen on probation. That's ridiculous.
There it is.
There it is. The babysitter
Uh-oh.
who ate 2 pieces of pizza at the house that she was babysitting the kid got cussed out by the parents because that was the kid's meal. That's ridiculous for the parents to cuss that woman out because
Oh,
she
man.
didn't know. How's she supposed to know who the pizza? Did they tell her before they left?
No,
I mean, I could see if you, Bill, if you cussed a woman, if you told the woman before you left, don't touch the 2 pieces of pizza
Right.
sitting there. That's for the child. Well, the child starved all night because she ate the child's 2 pieces of pizza.
My God.
Parents come home. Well, why don't you improvise? Give the girl a bowl of cereal or something, you know? Oh my. All right. Nashville woman who's suing a local barbecue restaurant because the smell of the grilling.
Oh, my gosh.
The
Oh,
smell
my
of the grilling.
God.
Is that ridiculous or what? How do you like
Absolutely.
that?
1,000%.
Oh my gosh. All right, a ship worker who molested 4 kids in the ship's youth center. That's ridiculous. That's not only ridiculous, that's a boneheaded move. And I should have blasted that person too, but that's you know,
So
that's
sad.
what they yeah, it is. A woman who failed to tell her her fiance, oh wait, I'm sorry, who failed to tell her boyfriend, a woman who failed to tell her boyfriend that she is his landlord.
Oh, no.
You gotta love it. You
Oh,
gotta
my
love it.
gosh. So, honey, am I getting
All
this
right,
one
that
free?
was ridiculousness brought to you by Fold and Travel Mobility. Give them a call today, 1-877-GOTFOLD, and also on foldandtravelmobility.com.
Brother,
All
I bet you that dude was more confused than Mike Tyson in the spelling bee when he found out.
right. Oh man, you know it.
Oh,
You know it. You know it. Oh my gosh. All right, key topics tonight brought to you by Sleep Pittsburgh. Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. Stop by on 8th Avenue in Homestead. Check out Sleep Pittsburgh's inventory of what they have. They have a great selection of, do you need kid furniture for their room? They have desks. They have bunk beds. They have day beds. They have futons. They have lift chairs. If you're handicapped, can't get out of the recliner, they have lift chairs. Okay. They have all kinds of mattress selection, frames, anything you need that resolves around sleep. And get this, you better hurry. They have some great holiday specials as well. Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858, 8th Avenue in Homestead. And also no credit check financing. Check out sleeppittsburgh.com for the best sleep tonight. All right. Let's get into our key topics, Bill. We're in the First Line Consulting Services studios, which I forgot. Excuse me. Wow. Jeez. First Line Consulting Services Studios, 1-877-926-6982. Check out First Line Consulting Services. They will build you a website. They'll manage it. One low monthly price. Check them out today. That number again, 1-877-926-6982. Studio sponsor for all our W Media production shows. All right, key topics tonight. Jail inmates getting new uniforms, Bill. This was slapped into the budget at the last minute. I watched County Council. What are your thoughts on this? They claim, well, of course, Bethany Hallam is the one who claims that red doesn't work in there and it causes a lot of violence because it's the color of blood. Okay. They've already had numerous fights in there and they're blaming the red uniforms. I already saw one today. They have a neutral, it's like a neutral, I think like a beige brown color, kind of light brown, type of color. I saw one of them today when they were showing one of the inmates coming out of the county jail. I guess that's their new uniforms because I've never seen them before. I've either seen them in red or orange.
Orange, yeah. But red.
So what do you think about this, Bill? What's your thoughts on this?
I know, they always said, colors do change the mood. So I'm guessing red would simulate, of course, but I don't know. I mean, all of a sudden now you're starting to change uniforms, and you've already got $125 per month on that for your commissary. Right. Now you're getting new uniforms, and it just never. It just seems like never ending with the prisoners and the inmates, or the inmates and the down at the alligator country anywhere. So they're going to spend.
Go back to calling it the Second Avenue Hilton.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well, because pretty soon from the tablets now, which I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Brian Englert was quite unhappy, the union press boss, and he said we don't have enough tablets to go around, and I guess they have 250 total cells. So I don't know. He said that the total was 250, and he said only 111 are working, and the county promised to fix them, and he said it's been almost 3 months since that order went through to fix them, and they haven't fixed them. So
like I said, it's when you go to jail, you're supposed to that's what jail is. But now it's a luxury suite pretty soon. Every time we talk something about it, every week, something always changing in the favor of the inmates.
Yes, it is, and that's these progressives. But I will tell you this much, though: I am very pleased to say that I heard a report, and Sarah Alvarado finally came out of her shell and decided to speak to the media, and she spoke to KDK, and she said, "quote I am going to evaluate what goes on at the jail." And then she said, then I'll make a decision. And she said that also with Schumann Center, she wants to know why they're tying it up. So there's some friction between her and Bethany Hallam and the rest of these progressives, because I heard she wants to sort of be a moderate and a progressive. She kind of wants to go in both directions, which, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? I was quite surprised when she said that. I really was. I was really surprised. So, which means just because the budget was passed, that doesn't. And Rich Fitzgerald, he has no say no more. He's done. His term is over. It was over at the end of November. So, his term is over. So now it's Sarah Alvarado's ship to run, or ship to be the captain for. And now they're saying there could be a tax increase because of all this stuff. So but Bethany Hallam claims there's money in the jail fund, to fund this stuff. Why not use it? So there we are. So that's where we are. What do you think?
Well, I wonder how much is in that jail fund. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money, uniforms and everything else. Why couldn't they just stuck with a neutral color to begin with? I never heard of any of this stuff, even besides back in the orange. You ever hear orange jumping off at somebody? You know what I mean?
No.
All of a sudden,
and what's nice about orange? You could catch them if they escape, which there hasn't been really any escapes at the county jail. There's been some attempts, but they've never made it. And there's never been a true escape. And you can bust them because of the fluorescent orange.
Right. And I was going to suggest black, but you make a good point there. But black would blend in with the night. So that's probably whenever they would do all this stuff. But What about hot pink or something? Something that's gonna, you know, you know what I mean? I mean,
Oh yeah, there you
I'm
go.
just saying, brother.
Like
Something in between. Everybody's
Yeah.
over there, starting to see red, and they think, "Oh my gosh, yeah, that's going to set me off." Hey, maybe it does for some people. I don't know. I can imagine, but they always said, colors always, do the mood thing. That's why everybody paints their. Well, not everybody, but most of the people out there paint their dining room in red paint. Some are even light blue. So I guess it does, in a way, something I can't really. I guess it just sets things off. I'm kind of speechless about that because I know the whole world's different. And that's the thing, because of the simple fact that maybe that one color would actually set them off. But wouldn't you think that if that be the color that sent them off, why wouldn't they go something like you said? You got like a beige or like a lighter color
Yeah,
in
it
it?
looks like a tan or a beige color. That I saw an inmate with one when they showed them on the news. So they're already there. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I don't think they've actually distributed
Oh,
them.
you know what? Back in the day about gang members, remember? Like if you go
Yes,
into a certain
the
part, you
red
have
or
a
the
certain
blue color. Yes,
yeah.
yes,
So yeah,
yeah.
that's gotta definitely contribute to that. I would imagine.
Well,
So
they said there was a shooting down there, or not a shooting, but a stabbing down there, and they said that the inmate that got into the stabbing color was somebody from, I guess, one of these gangs in town here. Why there's gangs, I don't know. The police need to clean that up, but they got their own problems. But anyway, so anyhow, they're down there, and they said he was wearing red, so he got. I don't know if they were different colors down there. I've seen him in orange, red, that kind of thing. So
it
we'll
definitely
see what happens with
it
this.
definitely conflicts with I remember that back in the day. I remember, don't go into this part of the section because if that's red, that's a gang member. Don't go in this part of the section
Yeah.
because that's black, it's a
Blue
gang.
was
Blue,
red,
whatever. Yeah.
blue, whatever. Yeah.
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 So I can see
Yeah.
that. And then what are you going to do? Just have all the inmates kill everybody off then because they're wearing red? Is that what it's going to be?
I know. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. It's terrible.
Um,
It's horrible. I can't stand
absolutely.
it. You
Uh-uh.
know, and I feel that this shouldn't go on down there. But I've never been in the jail, but I just go by what I hear.
Just
So
just leave what is working, man. And all of a sudden you're just sprucing everything up. Just leave what is working.
Yep.
You
And
know,
Juana says, great show. Thank you, Juana. Appreciate it.
thanks,
Have a
Warner.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well to you and
You
your
too.
family.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what I'm saying,
So,
brother? Keep
oh
keep
yeah.
what's working. Keep what's working. They always said, the Japanese always said, if it ain't broke, if you're running right, it ain't broke. Don't fix it. It
Yeah. Well,
ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Chinese wisdom was teams. Together, everybody achieves more success.
Exactly. 100% agreed.
And like I
Absolutely.
said, that's not the Steelers.
No.
So anyway, all
So
right, let's talk about our next key topic. That's the way we see it about the jail uniforms. Inmates getting paid each day $10 for working at the jail.
there it
So
is.
yeah, so that was passed as well. That was an adaptation to the budget. All
Oh,
right, it hasn't been signed yet. Like I said, Sarah Morato's first budget. She'll sign it in January, and so we'll see where this goes. She might turn this away. She might veto this. I mean, I when the interview I saw seems like it's pretty good from what I'm hearing, and she has a good transition team. Bill, she has Austin Davis,
okay.
who was our lieutenant governor. Austin Davis, I know him. He was on the Port Authority board for a little while. And, he's a great guy. He really is. He's a good guy. So, Summer Lee now has somebody running against her because people are tired of her progressive movement. And, so again, it's starting. And I'm
Yep.
glad that I'm promoting it to start because I
I
want
think
these progressives out of here. I
I
do.
think I think we're on such a rough runway right now, but it is moving up and progressing in the right direction. No pun intended, but progressing in the right direction. You know what I'm saying, brother? Because now
Oh, yeah.
things are starting to change a little bit, and pretty soon it's all going to be for the better. Instead of having these people in there with this power and they're abusing it and doing this and doing that, it's absolutely uncalled for. It really is. I mean, just think about it. Don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why go ahead and toss a monkey wrench in a well-oiled machine just to cause friction? But
Well,
things are starting to lean this way now, so that's pretty awesome.
all right. Well, here's the whole thing here. That's what I think of
That's
county
it.
council.
Yep, a laugh.
That's what I
Absolutely.
think of county council. Nothing but laughter
Yep.
because it's a joke, you
Yep.
know. So, all right, that's the way we see it tonight. All right, let's get into a couple of things before we get into our big time key topic. Teachers on doing. Oh my! I got to do this again, Bill. I got to do it again. Teachers moonlighting, but they're not moonlighting at Applebee's. If you ever watched the movie Warrior, okay, he says you can't do what you're doing. I could see if you were moonlighting at Applebee's, that's fine. And these folks, they're not even moonlighting at Applebee's, and they're not fighting in a cage. I'm going to tell you what they're doing. Are you ready for this now? Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, here we go. Ready?
Haircuts go.
These teachers are involved in porn. Porn. Okay. I have a new show now on my new radio station, internet radio station. I have my own RW Media Productions on Blog Talk Radio, which is where I have my Wrestle Talk show. I'm moving away from the Mancini Media format, and I'm moving into my own channel. I'm taking Wrestle Talk with me and the External Bum podcast or show. All right. Now I have a show called Ralph's Opinion, and I do it every morning at 11:30. And this morning, I was talking about this, and here's what I want to ask all you parents out there that are watching this program. What would happen if some teacher in your school, in the school where you send your kid, is posing nude? Okay. Now, again, let me ask you this question now. What would you do? Okay. Now, who do you blame for this? I blame the school boards. I blame the school boards for not having what do they call those codes? Ethics codes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Teachers. Okay. Yeah, ethics codes. Okay. Where you can moonlight, but you can't do that.
Right.
And
Right.
there's even women and men teachers say they're involved in porn movies. They're selling them on the internet.
That's another way for little Johnny to see Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. How would you? Yeah, and you know what? If you could get away with it and there wasn't social media, fine. All right, but now you got social media out there, Bill, and these
Everywhere.
kids are watching everything. So
Yep.
guess what? What are you teachers doing? I know you need extra money, and I know some of these school districts don't pay. I know some of these parochial schools don't pay well, okay, and you need a job, but come on. Really?
Yep.
I mean, that's to me, I don't know where it's happening at. I got this story from someone this morning. I'm not going to name my source, but they said that it's across the country. Teachers are even admitting it. They're even coming out and saying, I'm doing it. Okay? And let me tell you something. If I would have found out, and I'm a parent, and I would have found out that the teacher that teaches my son or my daughter anything, I would have them fired. And if the school board doesn't do anything about it, vote them out or tell them to resign.
Yeah.
All right? Because to me, and then you're going to get these teachers, they're going to sue, or they're going to get the union to go and say, well, that's freedom of expression. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Okay?
but I would say there's a certain level. Instead of playing hide the salami, and all of a sudden, those kids might accidentally go on there and see, like,
Salami.
Daddy, what is that going on? Oh, no, don't worry about it, Frankie. We'll get rid of it, But and admitting it, that's the thing. I understand. Don't keep, but porn. Come on, people. That's a whole.
Here, I got one for you.
Oh my gosh.
I got one for you, and this is why now the Boy Scouts of America have to have 2 adults at every event. Okay, that a Boy Scout does. Okay.
One male, one female, or
No. It could be 2 male, 2 female.
Oh, okay.
Well, now women are involved in Boy Scouts. They don't even call it Boy Scouts anymore. You know what they call it? Scouting. Scouting. Okay, because the women are involved. The Girl Scouts are complaining because now girls are going into the Boy Scout or into scouting. I'm sorry, scouting. Okay. So anyway, this adult leader who had a lot of nerve saying stuff about me when he did this. He was on a camping trip with some kids from his troop. He was an assistant scoutmaster. And this is why now, like I said, the national rule now, this is you have to have 2 adults at every event. If you go on a camping trip or you go and you're hosting some kind of a party or something, there has to be 2 adults to represent the troop. Okay. This guy is the reason why this happened. He took some kids out to Heritage Reservation, out there by Nemacolin.
Yep,
All
I
right.
know where that.
Right. Heritage Reservation. And it was a winter camping trip. And do you know he showed them porn movies?
Oh my gosh.
And you want to know how he got caught? You want to know
Probably
how he
one
got
of
caught?
Probably
Or
one
got
of the kids.
busted? No, yeah. One of the kids went home and their mother said to them, "Well, how was your
I
camping
can.
trip?" "Oh, we had a great time. We sat around and watched porn all weekend."
Woo! Boy. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's where they would come from, because from the kids, And the only reason why I said a male and female is because you know how if something were to happen to one of the younger girls and there's 2 males
Yeah,
on, you know what I mean about all that. Just trying to
absolutely.
protect that. But we had a great time. We watched porn all weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So one of the kids, parents always ask, "How was your trip?"
Sure,
You know,
absolutely.
or what did you do there? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we had popcorn, ate hot dogs, and had soda pop and all that, and we and ordered pizza, and we sat and watched porn all weekend.
Order
Oh
pizza.
my God.
They had a quadruple feature going on.
Hey, remember that guy? And I still won't forget this down at the DoubleTree down there in the meadows. Remember that guy I told you about, that oil guy?
Yes.
He was exposing himself, and the little girl went, "Mommy, mommy, there's a man up there playing with his pee pee." I was like, "Oh no," you know.
It's so. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Woo.
uh, can you imagine being a student of a teacher, and you go home and you say, "Mommy, look, Mrs. Smith is posing nude."
I bet you Dad be the first one down at that newsstand.
Oh, Dad, oh yeah, yeah, would be the first one down there.
They'd be
Oh
busting
my
out of there
God.
faster than a pregnant nun off a front row of a
And
church.
then the principal will say, "Well, I can't control what they do in their personal lives," you know? Oh my gosh.
Boy, move faster than cheat on Amtrak on Gin. Boy, let me tell you something, man.
Remember the Pirates had that pitcher, Chris Benson? Remember
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Well, his wife was a model, and she used to pose naked in magazines and stuff, okay? So
Oh,
one time she was posing nude, and then he was involved in they were involved in some kind of, I guess, or they had an amateur movie made with them having sex.
oh.
So they asked Lloyd McClendon. They said to Lloyd McClendon, who was the manager at the time, they said, "Well, what do you plan to do about it?" He said, "Listen, what they do behind closed doors is their business. I'm worried about what they do on the field."
Yeah. Well,
Okay. That's something mediocre Mike would say. Mike Tomlin. He would say that, you know. So
yeah, but if it's going, you can't keep it. I mean, if they made a little mini porn video and all of a sudden be circulating out there, I
he
just,
said whatever they do behind closed doors is their business.
yeah, but it's not, and everything's wide open. If you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
exactly. Yeah, but we live in a more open society now where we have everything on social media. It all gets there, you know? Yeah.
Alrighty then.
All right, we're done with this topic. I'm laughing so hard I'm about to fall out of this chair. Uh, oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right. The Brentwood Borough has a new ordinance about parking on the sidewalk. Wow. So they're finding people now, Bill, because
I know.
what's
I
happening is
understand.
they can't get big trucks and fire trucks down
Yeah.
certain streets because everybody's parked on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So now you'll get an ordinance ticket if you park on the sidewalk in Brentwood now, and everybody, of course, is crying like a little baby.
Well, that brings us back to last week. I wonder if our buddy and my buddy and your buddy
Oh,
parked on the sidewalk, the one from the Andy Grammer concert, huh? Yeah.
yeah, pull out of the park. Yeah, calls you up and says, "I came out of the Andy Grammer concert and I got busted by the police for."
That's like going
Yeah.
drunk to a taping of Sesame Street.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know?
absolutely. You're right. Yeah, going to what is it, Sesame Street on Ice or something, or
Yes.
Disney on Ice, and then coming out of there and getting busted and being intoxicated.
Baby,
Yeah.
that was the bomb, baby. You should
Oh
have
yeah, you know it. You know it. Here we go. Here's for the people crying about the ordinance. Here we go.
Okay. Here.
You know what? We're having so much fun here tonight. It's hilarious. That's the way we see it on that. Okay, I'm not going to go no further than that. Okay, let's get into the main topic tonight that I really want to talk about. Let's talk about these restaurants.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there are restaurants out here that get busted by the health department for many violations, not washing your hands. There was a bakery in Bloomfield whose name I'm not going to mention, had a woman who was working overnight, and they busted her. The health department busted her on camera. She's been fired. The owner fired her. She was picking her nose and her butt
Oh, well.
and handling food. That's
Oh,
gross.
my
All
God.
right. That's some big time gross. All right.
Man.
So anyway, now the health department has been issuing citations for many different things. And guess where they're coming from? They're coming from the immigrant restaurants. Now, they just shut down an Indian restaurant for, I think it was in Robinson, for having issues, unclean kitchen and everything else. What I don't understand is how in the world don't these owners do not follow these rules? I guess they think they're in their country where they don't care about that sanitation and hygiene and all that other stuff, Bill, what do you think about all this? I mean, I've seen Chinese buffets get shut down, all kinds of stuff, and most of it is immigrants.
Yeah.
Indian, Chinese,
Well, the thing about that is, everybody goes out and they want to enjoy a peaceful evening with your family or with your girlfriend or your date or whatever it is. Then all of a sudden, Saturday morning, you're sick because there was something that was in the food that wasn't supposed to be.
Or cross-contamination.
Or cross-contamination,
Yeah.
or a rodent was running around or did something in the mix or whatever. Anything can happen. And guys, that's scary because, like, if you don't know, like, you go out to enjoy yourself. That's what you do, right?
Exactly.
Go out, have a couple of drinks, sit down, relax with your significant other, your family. But if it's contaminated, like you said, cross-contaminated, or if something got into a bag of
kitchen, don't wash their hands, pick their butt and their nose. Yeah.
Everybody's coming home sick.
Yeah.
I tell you,
I've seen people. I saw somebody once. They showed a footage online of some woman at a McDonald's. She said she got tired of the same customer was bothering her all the time, spat in her Big Mac.
That's so disgusting. See that, to be honest with you,
that's probably not disgusting. But what I'm saying is, we have immigrants out here that own these restaurants, and they put everybody's health in danger because they don't follow the rules. Okay. And I know this for a fact. I was driving a cab when I used to drive a cab, Bill. And I'm going to tell you this story. I had a regional manager who was in town or regional executive for 7-Eleven. Do you know he was telling me some stories about how he shut some 7-Elevens down that are owned by immigrants? And he said 90% of the immigrants that own 7-Elevens do not follow the rules, and they have to shut them down. Cleanliness, they don't keep the store clean. It stinks in there. They buy illegal stuff. Like they go out and they go to Aldi's. Like you get these small stores, they go to Aldi's. And they buy Aldi's instant mashed potatoes, and you can get it at Aldi for $1, and they'll sell it there for $5. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Aldi's has now started to put limits on a lot of things. Eggs. I know the one in McKees Rocks, when I lived over there, they were angry because the immigrant stores were coming in and buying stuff from there and marking it up and selling it for $5 at their store. And that's not right, because technically they can get them for trademark violation, because that's to only be sold in Aldi stores only.
Right. And then on top of that too, you have you got the distributors of food too, where you get it, and keeping it all tightly knitted, but then you're going outside of that box, just like you said, and going to a supermarket or whatever and buy, and then charging quadruple the price to where you can get, like you said, something that is $1.52. They're charging $6 or $7.
Right.
I figured, well, at least I thought anyway, that being in the food business there, that's how they, of course.
What I can't understand is, how do they get away with this? And I know the county has been short on inspectors.
Yeah.
And they pay over $20 an hour for that job. Hey, heck, I'll go around with a pencil or a pen and a clipboard in my hand and go around and inspect kitchens. If I could
Absolutely.
do
I
it,
mean,
I would do it.
I would too. I mean,
Yeah.
because again, for you guys' well-being out there, man, I've been doing a lot of stuff and just doing stuff at the house instead of just going out and going to restaurants hardly anymore.
Yeah, well, you have to be careful when you go to a restaurant now,
Yeah,
especially
dude.
anything that's owned by immigrants, like Indian places, Honduran, uh,
Oh, yeah.
like that place down the street here, Caribbean Kitchen or Caribbean Restaurant.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to
yeah.
watch. And I have nothing against immigrants,
No,
none whatsoever against immigrants, but I have a problem when they get people sick.
exactly.
Okay. All right. And that's why I don't eat in those places. In
Yeah.
fact, I haven't eaten at a Chinese buffet in a while. And we just had Chinese food last night, but the place we had it from, Rhonda and I, it was at a place that we know that we've ordered from. And we've even eaten in there and it's as clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember that place we ate at? We were going to Mount Pleasant High School to do that dance. And we stopped at that Chinese place, remember?
Yeah, because it was in a gas station.
Yeah, and I
You remember?
walked it. No, not that one.
Okay,
The other one we ate at that was in town because the one that was at the gas station was closed,
that's
and
right.
we had to go to that one downtown or in
Yeah,
the
I
middle
remember.
of the city of Mount Pleasant there or
Yeah,
whatever.
you had to use the restroom. I remember
And I
now.
went to use the restroom, and it was oil containers in there, a jack. I mean, it was tools. I mean, it was like a storage place, but there was like one toilet. And then when I walked by and looked in the kitchen was filthy,
Oh,
filthy dirty.
I remember
Okay.
that. I remember that.
I said, Bill, I says, we should be fortunate because we ate and didn't get sick. I said,
Yeah.
you should see that kitchen. And I should have took pictures of it, but it was disgusting. And some of these immigrants too, they pay these inspectors, they
Yep.
pay these people, to do this. But let me say this to everyone out there, and I'm looking out for everyone's well-being as well, Bill and I. Okay. Watch what you do. Watch where you eat. Be careful. Make sure it's a renowned restaurant. Make sure watch the hole in the wall places that are nasty and filthy, dirty and not clean. Okay, just be careful. And again, I have nothing against immigrants, but I have a problem when every time you see the health department notices it's all immigrant restaurants.
Yeah, it
They don't
is.
want to follow the rules.
It's
All
and,
right.
yeah, just do your homework on it. I mean, be careful when
Yeah.
you guys go out to eat and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
every night's not a Netflix night. You want to go out and enjoy. Go,
Yes. Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. And I see Coco there.
yeah,
Everyone's trying to cut corners, nowadays because of high prices. Everybody's trying to cut corners on everything. And hey, how about the Shop and Save in Lawrenceville that got busted with mice
with
again?
with the mice, and then
And they were selling food that the mice ate through. How do you do that?
Oh, that's so sick. Oh man, that's sick. I remember you told me about it. I never went back down there again.
Yeah.
No, never went down there.
The health department's talking about closing that store down. And if they close that store down, oh my gosh. You know what I mean?
That was in the works way before too. I thought they were. That's what I.
Yeah,
okay.
they were supposed to close it down before, but they gave them, I guess, another chance. I don't know. Maybe they have a strike 3 policy. I don't know.
Oh, I don't have no idea. I really don't.
All right. Gary says a friend of mine was a health department inspector years ago. He said one Chinese restaurant had 6 dead rats in its kitchen.
Oh,
His assistant asked what happened. My friend said they ate here.
oh man. Oh my gosh.
That's
She wanted to make herself known. There she is, folks.
Yeah,
folks,
there she
Coco.
is.
Hi.
Oh my. All right. Now our next is our general topics, which is brought to you by Bon Journey. Bon Journey is a tribute band that plays Bon Jovi and Journey music. This Saturday they will be at the Big Bar in Erie, PA. Big Bar. A friend of mine said that the Big Bar is actually a nice place. When I've been to Erie, I've never been there. So I
It's
don't
just
know.
like that barking shark. It's just a funny name.
Barking Shark. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I knew somebody who owned that place, or who did own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it still out there?
I knew the owner, the one owner. Now I don't know who owns it now. You know what I mean? The barking shark.
Anyway.
Oh man, December 22nd, Saturday or Friday, they will be at Jurgles in Warrendale. Nice place, Jurgles, but let me warn you once again, and I do this every time because I don't want you to get burned. When you go there, you will be in standing room only. So if you can't stand, my suggestion to you is get there a couple hours early, get a table, order, like a Coke or something, or a drink, small drink, and that's it.
You know
if you
what?
don't want
Just camp out overnight, just like you did with the new releases on game consoles. Just camp out overnight. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Are they still doing that?
Some people. I mean,
about the Apple store over the Shady Side, when Apple would come out with
Oh,
something brand new, they would
it's wrapped
camp
around
out
the
there.
village.
South Hills Village at the mall out there, that Apple store. They would
explain to
camp
me
out at
this-
the entrance to get in there. Oh my
Explain to me
gosh.
this. Why does this dog want to play all of a sudden now? He just
Yeah,
wants to play.
I
Look
gotcha.
at her. Look at her. Hi, people. But anyway,
my little guy, he barks. Still got.
Oh, yeah.
But
she
he
wants to play. She wants to play.
Yeah.
And now, she. You know what it is? It's because I'm giving everybody audio and video attention to her, and that's what it is.
There you go. Yeah, I know. All right, December 31st for New Year's Eve, they're going to be at the Vanuski Winery in Bell Vernon. So head out and see Bon Journey at one of their shows this month before the year ends, especially New Year's Eve party for the Vanuski Winery. All right, topics tonight, Bill. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to talk to you tonight about Draft 412. Draft 412 is a drafting or a website that gives you all the skinny on all the players involved in all kinds of drafts, all different types of things. Like right now, you got the hot stove luncheon going on for baseball. They're giving you all the skinny of all the players available in trades and everything. Very thorough, very nice website. Get on there, draft412.com. Wednesday night, there'll be a Gorman's Bar. JT Toth will be there with Kevin Gorman from the Trib, and they're going to be doing a recording podcast, and it'll be on draft412.com. I was involved in one of them about a month ago at the Lucky Bar down there in Baldwin. So, Lucky 13 Bar in Baldwin. But this Wednesday, for their monthly podcast, going to be recording at Gorman's Bar on 51. So head on out there, see Draft 412, tell them I sent you.com. Check out their website, sign up for their e-magazine, which will put in your inbox. $9 a month is all it is. And you'll get all the information you need about all the sports going on. All right, Gary says, needless to say, the place is no longer open. I wouldn't think so with dead rats in the kitchen.
Yeah.
How about Restaurant Impossible there, or Bar Rescue, or one of them things? Seeing all that stuff in the kitchens and all that. Oh my gosh.
That is so sick, man. I'd rather just cook here, do whatever, All
right, topics to talk about. Former Pirate pitcher deported back to Valenzuela. That pitcher who that relief pitcher who molested them girls. Back to Valenzuela. Felipe Lopez is his name. Threw 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I wish he would have not done what he did. So
yeah, absolutely.
Back to Venezuela. He's already served, I guess, whatever time here, and he's going to serve the rest of it in the prison down there. So,
Gotcha.
All right. Rankin police chief dies, Bill, and now the state police will be patrolling Rankin, but they're getting started at the beginning of next year. A merging police. They're going to have Rankin, Whitaker, East Pittsburgh, and a few other departments. They're all merging together. It's going to be called the Mon Valley Regional Police.
See, that's a smart move there. I know Rankin, and I thought this was
involved in that too. I think.
Braddock. When Braddock was there, they didn't. Their force wasn't big enough, so they actually had state troopers patrolling Braddock, and then Rankin was on one side, and then North Versailles was on the other.
Well, the state police is patrolling East Pittsburgh. They've been doing that for a while. For the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because that's right across. I didn't know that. I thought that they had their own. But
when I was dating, who?
Oh, I understand.
That was the last year. I think it was 18 was the last year they were there. So they've been patrolled by the state police now since 19. So they're going to be involved in this. It's going to be a regional police department. That'll be great. That's the way we see it tonight. Next, the Sheets offering free coffee every week during December. There you go. Anybody that wants some coffee there? All right. McDonald's is starting up in Illinois a new venue called McCombs. All right. COMS. And it's going to be some kind of, I guess, a sister restaurant or something. Or they're talking about thickening up their burgers. and they're fixing the Big Mac. You want to know what they're doing?
What
They're
did
going to take away the sesame seed bun and use a buttery brioche bun.
Might be something. Yeah, something sounds
Because
good.
they said that they were getting a lot of complaints from people that the Big Macs are dry.
Ah,
So the bun's dry. So
they,
all right, that's the way we see it tonight. Next, Macy's getting ready to get bought out by a investment firm for $5.8 billion. $5.8 billion. So there you go.
there you go.
Congratulations to them for buying up Macy's. Dual Broadband is shutting down their cable and their streaming service. They said prices are too high and it's hard to compete, and they can't compete with the other people, so they're shutting down. Foot
Understand.
Locker is closing 400 locations, Bill.
Yeah.
400.
400 locations.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, their prices are through the roof, man.
That's sad. Huh?
They are through the roof. Their prices.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, online stuff's killing them. Look at Payless. Remember them?
Yeah, pay less.
Yeah.
Yep, got you.
Today it was announced that UPMC sold Southside Hospital.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you know what's funny? I thought that was an inpatient hospital or something. They had a critical care their emergency room. I heard it's been closed now, going on almost 10 years.
I didn't know that. I thought, when I used to drive Access, I used to bring people over there. Of course, you're talking 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
When it was Southside Hospital. Then when they bought Mercy, they decided to make it Mercy Southside Campus, I guess. And it was just an outpatient hospital.
Yeah.
And I even took people over there when I used to drive Lyft that went over there for that. But I thought that place, they're saying that place has been closed for 10 years. I don't recall it being closed that long.
I don't, yeah.
I mean,
but
they sold it. They sold it to Walnut Capital. Walnut Capital is going to turn it into residential. So there you go. Probably be $4,000 a month apartments. So.
Why not make it 10,000? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next, Bill's coming up with his driving segment. But first, this driving segment is brought to you by Hillcrest Farm, Richmond, Ohio. Go out to Hillcrest Farm, hay grain beef. They have great package deals. Call them today. There's ways of getting a hold of them. 740-346-5442 or 740-632-2894. Get a hold of Caitlin and Taylor. The owners, tell them you're coming out. They'll give you directions, or you can email them for directions at hillcrestfarmsohio@gmail.com. They will tell you what to put into your GPS so you do not get lost. There's 2 Hillcrest Farms in Ohio. You might get lost and end up at the other one. So, all right, but this one's in Richmond, Ohio. And also check out their website. You can order online. They are shipping, www.hillcrestfarmsohio.com. All right, and don't forget to check them out. 45 minutes from Pittsburgh, right up the hill from Steubenville, Ohio. They have great package deals. Here's one of them. Ground beef deal, $95, 20 pounds of ground beef. You can't beat that deal. And it's hay grain beef. I made some tonight. I have spaghetti and meat sauce. So
I'm going to have to give them guys a call for sure. Definitely get some.
Yeah, they'll ship it to you. You don't have to go to the farm. But if you want to head out to the farm, it's a nice little drive. Go across that bridge into Steubenville.
I got you.
Then, but you got to call them and they'll tell you exactly what to put up on the GPS or email them or something. Because if you don't, if you're going there, you might end up at the wrong one. So, because you got to put a specific thing in the GPS. But when you do order online, tell them, you heard it here. So,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Bill, let's give our driver's driving report.
All right, guys. So
you're on the road more than I am.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to call this one the eternal turn signal. So, when we drove, commercial, we were always to increase your following distance, right? No problem. Usually by 5 counts of 5 between telephone poles. Well, why is it that when you're driving down the road, after you go through a red light or stop sign or whatever it may be, on comes a right hand signal or a left hand signal? But here's the thing. They go past 5 different things before they make the right turn. Or they go five different things before they make the left. Why? And then the turn signal is still on after they make the left. So they're telling you where they are going, but then after they make the turn, they want to tell you where they're still going. And they're going to make another right. Man. The eternal turn signal, guys. That's what I'm saying. You got to watch with these people out here. I don't know what's going on with that eternal turn signal thing, but you got to be guessed. You got to go, I guess he's going to make that turn into the parking lot. oh no, Fred's going down a little bit further before he makes a right-hand turn. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Drives me crazy with that stuff. So, guys, just be careful out there because it ain't always what it seems. And that was a big defense course when we took up CDL.
Yes,
Don't ever take
exactly.
anything for granted. But when you're passing up parking lots, houses, and everything else, you still got that turn signal going. Where the hell are you going? Where are you going?
I love the ones who pass you up and they get stuck at a red light, and they go in and out of lanes. That's the ones I love. And then here's the other one: they cut in front of you and then drive like a turtle.
Yeah, that or they flip.
Okay.
They flip.
Oh yeah, or they flip you to bird or something or whatever. And then here's the best one of them all. All right, when they're speeding out the highway and they're going back and forth, and the state police or the police pull them over. I love it. And then I drive by and beep the horn
just
at
beep
them.
the horn. Say, hey, Frank, tell everybody we said hello.
Yeah, and then here's another one. Okay, I love these ones. When the light turns green, I'm like, put your foot on the gas pedal. The light is green.
You have to play on the phone, so
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, guys, the eternal turn signal, I can't stand that because you don't know where they're going. And then it's nothing against senior citizens, but it happens to be the older generation who does that. And then it's just like, oh, it just drives me crazy. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can go on and on.
When I was in Raleigh, I call this the Raleigh move. They would wait till they get to the intersection and then put a turn signal.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
I call that the Raleigh move because every time in Raleigh, they were good at what they were doing. Driving wise, Raleigh people are not too bad down there. Now I don't know what it is now. I haven't been there in a while. But what I'm saying is when I did go down there, the biggest problem was they would pull up to the intersection and put the turn signal on.
Yeah.
And my mom says, that's a Raleigh move. I said, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. It's great.
So,
yeah, they put on, like, if you go through the red light and they're making that very first right or very first left after that red light, that's when the signal comes on, and that's when they make their turn. But the eternal turn signal, they can be in Ohio. They'll still have the right-hand turn signal on and just cruising down the road, brother. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know. They don't care. Oh, no, I know. No. I know. Nobody cares anymore. And
nope.
How about that Liberty Tunnel accident?
Yeah, there was 6 cars involved in that.
Six to 8 cars involved in that. Yeah.
And that's so crazy because what did I mention last week about
how people cut in front of people
in the tunnels?
Turns in the tunnel.
In the tunnels.
Yeah. Something has to be done about that, Bill. They either have to get state police on that, or they got to get the city police. Somebody got to do something. I remember back when in the day they had a county cop in a shack. Right up there, up the ramp from Arlington. There was a county cop in the shack, and then they had a city cop who would sit there with his motorcycle and bust people for making that turn. He'd look in the tunnel, or he'd have a little camera, on his phone or whatever, and bust people. They stopped doing that, and I wish they wouldn't. And if the city ever cries that they're not making any money, there you go. There's your way of making money right there.
I mean, I don't know the cause of the accident, but I couldn't even imagine that if it's a sick
they said it was a guy had a medical episode.
Oh, did he?
Okay. Yeah. Well, the way the accident looked on the news, I didn't see the accident, but I was on my way home.
You told me about
church.
I remember
we were on our way home from church, and no, wait, I'm wrong. Thursday we were doing stuff on Thursday, and we were coming from the mills, and we went down 28. I hate that construction in Aspen. Well, they got to do something with that. That's terrible.
Pain. It's a pain.
Oh, it is. And then I'm driving down 28, and I see all these cop cars. And when I got to where I have to make a decision as to whether I need to go to Liberty Bridge or the West End Bridge.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there debating which way should I go, and I didn't know what was going on in town. And I said, I better go West End, because maybe Liberty's backed up. And guess what? I made the right decision.
You'd have been stuck in all that too.
Yeah. My wife said, Rhonda goes, well, why don't you take the West End, because Liberty Bridge might be backed up. And I'm glad we did, because we would have got stuck in that mess.
I always prefer that when I am, especially coming over your place in the middle of the rush hour.
Yeah.
West End Bridge is right there. Shoot straight on 51, brother. You don't have to worry about it.
Or if you could sneak into town and come up New Arlington from the Smithfield Street Bridge. I've done that already.
Or the 10th Street bypass too, as well. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, go right across the 10th Street Bridge.
If you want to, you want to see what Highmark Stadium looks like or something, you can get off at that ramp and go down West Carson and cut up New Arlington. You can do that too.
You can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
Tuesday, my mom and I were on our way back from the station, from the radio station. But I do my radio show,
yeah, yeah.
and we were on our way back from the radio station. And it was a bad accident on 51. The cars were crushed up. They had both sides closed. They had to bring a car in, an Uber in, who was picking up this one woman with the one car that was wrecked, and they had to get McCann and Shyster to come down and take them on a flatbed. Yeah.
Man. I'm just hoping everybody was okay.
Yeah, it was accidents this week, Tuesday, Thursday. I mean,
Yeah.
it was bad. That was the night of the Steeler game too. We were on our way home. We just made it home in time for the Steeler game.
I got you.
And I thought we were going to run into all that traffic, and I said, "No, we're going home." Going into town was a mess.
Oh,
You
I
know what I
bet.
mean? For the game and everything.
I bet.
But yeah,
Especially all congested around that area too. Oh my God, it is a mess. Any game, Pirate game.
yeah, oh yeah, and then the Liberty Bridge crash. Oh, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because
But anyway,
at that point, you didn't even know. You said that there was a crash, but you didn't know how
right.
many cars. I remember
Yeah,
you would tell me that.
exactly. I didn't know how many cars were involved, and thank goodness I did that. Ron assisted me. Let's do West End. I said, okay, we'll do West End Bridge, and we did
Yeah,
because I would have been stuck in that mess. And the last thing I need to do is be stuck in traffic like that. Or whatever,
oh, you know me about traffic, brother. I hate that stuff with a passion. I don't care.
You know what?
I'm sure
There's
everybody
times
does.
Bill, there's times I say I don't want to drive anymore. I
I
don't.
understand.
I'd rather have somebody else do it. But
That's
right
that's
now,
what I think.
right now with Rhonda, with her condition right now, it's hard for her to drive. So
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
you
she's
know,
taking care of what she got to take care of. I definitely get that for sure. But yeah,
yeah.
it's especially on that side of town too, man. It's just like people just want to do their own thing. Just want
Oh
to do
yeah,
their own
everybody
thing.
cares. And where else? And I have nothing against the East. The East is getting bad. You go over in East Liberty and all that. Nobody knows how to drive.
I'm telling you.
I mean, it's terrible over there. When we go to church, I'm like, or I have to go, to the doctor's office. I go, oh man, do we have to come over here?
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
because you got the young college kids that have no idea where they're going. Okay,
Yep.
they're new to the city. They have no clue. And here's what puzzles me, Bill. And I've said this many times. I've said it here on this program. All this technology we have, GPSs on phones. You don't even hear about Garmin anymore or any of those
Yep.
other companies that used to have. I still have my Garmin GPS. I'm thinking of getting rid of it because I can use my phone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And
And
besides, you would have to have updates for it too.
yeah, exactly.
Because I used to have one I plugged in a computer to get the updates because you go to their website and they give you the updates now.
Yeah, well, I have to do that because I haven't used it since 2019.
Oh,
That's the
man.
last time I used it. It's still sitting in my Jeep. I haven't used it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't need to. You got your phone.
You don't need to. Yeah.
Google Maps, and you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
crazy stuff. Yeah.
the only reason I used it was in case I went somewhere where my phone signal don't get out. But I have Verizon now, so you know what I mean. I don't have to worry about that stuff. When I had Metro or Cricket or one of them.
That's
But
exactly
Metro stepped up their game, like Doreen told us that time. They're on T-Mobile's tower. My mom was able to get it down in Raleigh.
Well, that's exactly what you hear is crickets when you go to Cricket because that's what's going to happen. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're with AT&T.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Sprint too. That's all merged or something, isn't it?
Yeah, Sprint is with
Boost Mobile or
I think
something.
Sprint's owned by AT&T, and so is Boost. No, Boost is owned by somebody else. I can't remember who owns Boost. Motorola used to own all. Then they got bought out. It's a monopoly. Everybody's got everything.
Yep.
Except Verizon. Verizon don't have any sub companies or nothing. They just
No, they're straight. They're straight.
Yeah.
And brother, when we would go DJing, I always had signal, even on my hotspot. You know that. Hotspot,
Oh,
I in some of the hardest spots where some people would lose their signal. That's the reason why I said if you're with Cricket, you'd hear crickets because you wouldn't be able to get a signal because some of that stuff was shut off. I remember years ago, more than years ago, I had AT&T, and then I had Cricket just to try it out, because when Cricket was a new thing, you could unlimited, because that was a time where they would put like 25 cents a minute on with the AT&T, right? But Cricket was unlimited, but you can only go so far. Like if you go down the street, make a left, you lose Cricket,
Right.
So I remember I had a Cricket phone and I had an AT&T phone. Of course, needless to say, I got rid of them both, but I'm with the big V, and I had no problem.
Yeah, they got that. I could get a discount on phone service from AARP because I'm a member.
Okay.
You know, they got that. What is that wireless company they got? I can't remember. They advertise it all the time.
Or not track phone.
Track phone wireless. What is it?
Aunt Joe was with
Yeah.
with
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but yeah.
I know what you're talking about too. I could see that. I could see it, but I can't remember because I had.
And then you got that mobile company from Walmart. They're offering plans like 60 a month or something. You get everything or whatever, 50 or whatever. It's not bad. They're offering stuff, and then they're giving you a guarantee that if the equipment don't work, they'll give you a phone for free or some BS. I don't know. They were on the TV.
At Walmart.
Yeah, that smartphone wireless. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You get them in a green box or whatever.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I can't remember what I thought AARP was Sprint for whatever strange reason.
No, it's Consumer Cellular.
That's it.
That's what it is. Consumer Cellular.
Yeah, that's it. Well, she was with them too. She was with the Consumer Cellular because I said, "Hey, Joe," I said, "Look, here's the thing. You can get a free phone." Oh, let me do that. And then she had her little flip phone. She thought she was on top of the technology.
On top of the world. Yeah,
I said, Joe. I said,
what flip phones are even out of sync now. You don't even see them anymore.
Oh man, there's mine right there. That's the Z Flip 5 right there, bud.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you don't see the old flip phones. Remember the small ones? Flip?
Well,
my caregiver Brian, he had one like that. He didn't want to get rid of it, but he was forced to, and he's now he's got an Android phone.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why I like that because I always had a flip when they first came out, right?
Yeah, he said Verizon stopped selling them. That's what he told me.
This is a Samsung. They would. Oh yeah, the old flips. Yes,
the older small flip phone. Yeah.
But my aunt thought she was on top of the world when she had. I said, Joe, listen to me. Jurassic Park was in existence when these phones came out. Okay.
Hey, how about the Blackberries? Remember them?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it had a little keyboard on there with a little ball.
Yeah. When I was with Boost, my first phone with Boost was a
Blackberry. Yeah, they were nice. They were nice. There was like the concept of having the
walkie-talkie thing was in there too.
Yeah, Nextel.
Yeah.
But that was the BlackBerry had the keyboard accessibility as if you were typing a keyboard combined with a cell service.
Right.
And then because if you remember the front of those BlackBerries, it was a small keyboard, and you had the mouse.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So and it was all straight. Yeah, I always liked flip. And that's why I got this Samsung Galaxy Flip 4. I said Flip 5. My apologies. They came out. Their screen's bigger on the Flip 5, but I got this one. I got this one here because I truly like it. I have no problem with it at all. Just flip it. And it also got a double screen on it too. So if somebody's calling you, you can decline the call right here or whatever you want to do. But that's the reason why I got that. I mean, I was the first one down at AT&T when I knew their Star Trek was coming out. Them Star Trek called them. They had their little flip phone. Hey, how you doing? Even if nobody was on it, I just pretend like I'm having a conversation. Really? No. Did he really go that far? No. Really? People are like, what are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, is the way we see it.
Absolutely.
Before we go, Bill, I want to say congratulations to Aliquippa and Bell Vernon. They won their state titles.
Nice.
Unfortunately, we were 2-6 out of 6 that won. We lost 4 games. Westinghouse lost by 1 point at the end in the last 5 seconds of the game.
Oh, man.
I will tell you this much. I don't like poor officiating. I don't like cheating. Okay. What happened was Westinghouse was leading the game. Southern Columbia drove down the field. They were stuck at their 2-yard line. Westinghouse really punted it real good. They were stuck at their own 2-yard line.
Okay.
There was only 40 seconds left in the game. Southern Columbia's driving. Now, Bill, you know this too. We watch football all the time, and I watched the game. The referee called 5. I repeat, 5 offside penalties against the same person on Westinghouse.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, my.
Nobody, and I say nobody, Bill, calls 5 penalties on the same guy for offsides.
Wow.
Okay. All right. And I thought that was right there where the officials cheated and decided that instead of letting the City League have their moment, they decided they're going to cheat. And that was when they cheated.
Unbelievable. I didn't know that part.
They had the lead 20-14. They missed a 2-point conversion. They ended up losing 21-20 at the last 5 seconds of the game because of those penalties.
Okay. That's a
And
shame.
I think the officials cheated. I really do.
And
And
the
I'm sorry,
dogs,
I have nothing against officials. There
no,
are good officials out there, but
and
I
the
thought that they cheated in that game.
and the
Because all
dogs,
of a
man.
sudden, here comes penalties on the last drive of the game. Here comes a bunch of penalties
Yeah,
on
right here.
West.
Here's a penalty right here. Her name's Coco.
What
The
are
dogs,
you going to get her for? Or what is it? False start or something? Illegal
false
motion.
start.
There you go.
Hey, listen, the dogs versus the body all the time. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Westinghouse Bulldogs and Peabody Highlanders all the time
Yes.
always had good games. But
Well,
listen,
I was a South Oriole.
oh, I know, yeah, you were at the
I
South,
went to
yeah.
South. Yeah.
She's telling me a little something. So listen, if you don't mind, I'll sign off.
Oh,
And I'm
no, no, no. We're getting ready to wrap it up. I was going to
okay.
say any final thoughts before
Oh
we
yeah.
go.
Hey guys, have a safe and enjoyable week. Be with you, my daughter's mini mooch and a mooch down in Florida. I love you guys tremendously in the Mexter. Always daddy's daughters and God's masterpieces. I'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks, guys.
All right. Oh, yeah. Well, the way we see it next Monday live right here. See you, Bill. Have a great one. I'll talk to you. All right. Thank you. It's Bill Cannata, my co-host here on The Way We See It. Just a few announcements. Don't forget tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m. every Tuesday, Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM, 1230 a.m. We're also live on Beaver County Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams, my co-host, Smoke, and Jim Frazier. And we have Troy Gettard from the Amped Up Sports. He's going to come on and talk about the Indianapolis Colts, who happen to be the Steelers' next opponent. I'm also working on, if anyone out there can find Donta Green, the head coach of Westinghouse, I'm interested in interviewing him on my show. I went through a couple of friends of mine that know him, but don't have any of his numbers or an email or something I can get a hold of him. I tried to get a hold of him on Facebook. He hasn't responded. I'm trying to get Donta Green on from Westinghouse, the head coach, to interview him tomorrow on Sports Corner about this state playoff game. All right. But so if anyone knows him, tell him to, reach out to me somehow, or Ralph Williams 737 at gmail.com. All right. Reach out to me. Let me know if anyone knows him, can call him or get a hold of him and say, hey, look, Ralph Williams is looking for you. He wants to interview you on his show. Can you please get on his email and, respond, say hello, whatever. All right. But anyway, tomorrow night, we're going to talk about that game and a whole lot more. The Penguins, Pitt's got a new offensive coordinator for their football team. We'll talk about that as well. And take your phone call, 724-843-1888, 724-774-1888. Also, don't forget Friday morning, 10:30 a.m., the External Boom podcast. And Wrestle Talk, we're not sure yet what we're doing here with Wrestle Talk. I think we're done with it for the rest of the year. I have to reach out to my producer down in California on that one. And then don't forget the External Bum podcast as well. I believe that is on there. But I will tell you this. I do have my own new channel now on Blog Talk Radio, and I started a show called Ralph's Opinion. It's on every morning at 11:30 a.m. The number is 563-999-3740. That number again, 563-999-3740. It's called Ralph's Opinion. We're on for 30 minutes, and we talk, and I give my opinion about what's going on in the world today. And tomorrow I'll be talking about these teachers with this porn stuff and more. I spoke a little bit about it today, and a whole lot more. I'll be talking about this doctor who the city council has decided to pay. So we got a lot to talk about on Ralph's Opinion tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Blog Talk Radio. You can also get on blogtalkradio.com and punch up the show live and go in the chat section. Push chat, and you can come in and chat with me as well. And like I said, to listen to the show on your phone, the number is 563-999-3740. That's the number to call. All right. All right. I will talk with you next week here on The Way We See It. Bill Cannata and I will be back next Monday night at 7 p.m. No show on Christmas Day. We will not be on Christmas Day. So you don't have to worry about that. And we won't be on New Year's Day either. So we won't be back until the following week, which would be the 8th. January 8th, we come back after Christmas and New Year's. So just a programming note for you. And those of you who I will not be talking to or seeing or listening to or whatever, please have a Merry Christmas and a happy, blessed New Year. I'm Ralph Williams for Bill Cannata. This has been The Way We See It. Until next Monday, Have a great one.